Welcome to another episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. Thank you for joining us today. And today before us, as always, we have Zach.
Yo.
We have returning guest in this episode, Alex.
That's me.
And over there we have Carter.
I'm a big Buffalo boy.
Thank you, Carter. So,
That's where my Carter would go.
If I had one.
So Zach and I talked about, I'll probably take this out, we'll see. But Zach and I talked about it would be awesome if we had Carter in the podcast, but not actually.
Just clipped together from old stuff.
Because this is his C919.
We took it from him.
So, yeah, so on the record, we took Carter's, we're doing an Elijah Crag Barrel Proof run.
Yeah.
And
We didn't have any. We had no C919
no
left.
C919. That bottle that I showed you was not.
It was not.
Apparently it's not.
Doesn't exist.
It's actually 919C.
Oh.
So,
919.
Totally different scheme.
yeah, because unfortunately, so we had a third party bring us a bottle from. Carter was so gracious to give it to us.
He wanted to be a part of the episode.
Yeah, he did. So
He is.
He is part of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He
when
is now.
so when Carter listens back, as we all listen back, he'll
Absolutely.
have audio record that he was a part of this. So
Yep, exactly.
So yeah. So today we I don't know what
We gotta cleanse our palate before we
should
do
cleanse
this
our
run.
yeah. So we're gonna cleanse our palate.
Get rid of this pizza mouth.
Pizza mouth. Alex, if you want to start us with that,
Sure.
It's a rum. It's kind of it's like foreshadowing it, I would say, right? Maybe a foreshadow
Of what's to come.
Oh, Alex, you need cork pop for us.
Rum cork pop.
Oh, that was nice.
It was.
A little sweet one. A kiss.
So this is Zach and I have kind of talked about this. There's going to be at some point maybe a rum episode. So this rum is kind of a little bit of a foreshadow to it.
Yeah, short pause for Dylan being able to pour his own glass.
Smells like, he wants the cork. It smells like rum cake. Now all I can think about is rum cake.
So I haven't had many rums.
Neither have I.
I would agree with that
Had a
statement.
couple at the bar. Just wanted to try some out.
And then the other thing too is straight. I don't think
Like straight rum.
straight rum.
Right.
It's
like
always
in
in a drink.
spiced.
Yeah.
Normally it's a spice rum, right? When you think
Yeah.
of rum, at least in the States. But
What was that?
Just my nose is pleased.
Carter, what do you think?
What's a warm, loving embrace feel like?
I agree.
Yeah, me too.
So this is Cross Keys, Island Tradition, aged 5 years. This is our Barbados,
Yeah.
Barbados.
Yeah.
I was talking to
Barbados.
I was talking to Alex this morning earlier about it. Like, I just picked up a rum and it was I think it's like Barbosa or something.
Barbarossa.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, like that's the pirate name. So, yeah.
So what's special about Barbados rum?
Well, I would like to start off with I have just started looking into the rum and I've only listened to a few things, but
I think people know well enough now that
The
when
limit-
you listen to us,
yeah.
a small grain
But
of
I
salt.
know even less
Right.
about rum.
Yeah.
So, but what I have, the very limited information that I know is spiced rum is the devil, and regular rum can be very hazardous to try to navigate as far as trying to find a legitimate sugarcane rum that doesn't have anything added to it, that's just aged in oak or whatever. So I don't actually know if this is all sugarcane. I don't think it is because it's not labeled. But rum has to be made from sugar or molasses.
Yeah, and I mean that should come through a little bit in the taste. What kind of sugar?
My guess is probably molasses because it is not stated anywhere.
Yeah.
But some of the information, Barbados seems like it's more traditional, and most of the time it's probably safer to go with. I know there's one brand called Foursquare that's supposed to be pretty good as far as legitimate rum and just straight rum or whatever. Not necessarily with the legal definition in the United States of straight rum, but as far as just 100% rum, natural, whatever. But yeah, I've only tried this once, so. But I mean, it smells like rum.
It's
There's not very. Notes are kind of
rummy.
Actually, you said rummy, and then
Rumpelstiltskin.
I thought of gummy. Kind of smells like a gum to me.
It could.
Just like gum,
Like
or
gum. Like after you've already chewed the gum, and all
Interesting.
that's left is just the gum.
Okay.
That's what this kind of smells like.
All the only information I have on it is it's island traditional, aged in oak casks for full rich flavor, 80 proof.
Yeah, I mean it's
5 years.
sweet.
So I should preface, when you listen to me, audience, I don't like rum. I still haven't had a drinking rum that I've enjoyed. I think there's some good qualities to them, but I've never said this is something I would buy.
Doesn't it make you want to have a cake?
No.
A rum soaked cake.
Not really.
What does it remind you of, if anything?
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Yes.
Or either. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
It kind of just reminds me of like a varnish you'd put on like wood. And then it kind of, because it's really candied, and I like candied things, so naturally you'd think like, oh, this is something right up my alley. And then I drink it, and it's kind of the same effect as when Carter brought that the whiskey, the cake whiskey.
Yeah.
And that was phenomenal in its presentation and its how it tasted. It doesn't belong, and in like an alcoholic drink. And most rums are kind of like that. It's just too cakey sweet for my last mini-sode we talked about Whistle Pig and how I just love vinegar. Like I love things that just eat my tongue right back. Kimchi, pickles, anything super spiced. Like I love that. And then I have something super pleasant and sweet like a rum. I'm like, this doesn't belong.
It doesn't hurt me enough.
It doesn't hurt me enough.
Alex, you didn't experience that cake whiskey. It was a Glenmorangie Scotch.
Okay.
It was weird.
I mean, it was
fantastic. I thought it was fantastic.
It was
but
frosting,
It was weird.
and it was like bread. Like it tasted like you just condensed a cupcake into a liquid.
We all agreed it legitimately tasted like a cake and frosting.
What did they do to make that happen?
Just the aging.
It was
and how they.
It was
the
finished
recipe.
in Hungarian wine,
We could
a
probably look it
dessert
up.
wine.
We could probably look it up.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, it was so sweet. But it was very off-putting at first.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, rather than having a dessert, you have that. Makes sense.
It was pretty good. Carter still has some of it, I think.
Like I told Dylan on the last episode, I like being adventurous.
I'm just going through the cake thing, just trying to get the Taylor cake. Oh my gosh! Now I'm age gated. One sec.
How old are you?
I was born in 1901.
Ah, yes. Come in, please.
Sir, you're quite old. In fact, maybe too
old
to be
for
drinking.
this.
You should probably stop.
Especially if you're, 120 years old looking at cake and anything,
I fought in
really.
World War One. I was 12.
I told them I was 17 and they let me in.
Tokaji dessert wine.
Interesting.
Okay.
And Tokaji is
It's like a white.
isn't it the wines from the Tokaj wine region in Hungary.
Hungary.
So yeah, you're exactly right.
about
Hungarian dessert wine.
Sounds delightful.
So let's drink. I haven't drank this yet. Here we go. Rum.
All right.
Do I like it?
Oh, you haven't
We're
drank it
awaiting
yet.
your reveal.
Interesting.
No. Oh, no.
Really?
I like this better than the other one I have. I only have 2. But I think this is better than my other one, which is like a Diplomatico.
This actually is worse. It tastes okay. The roof of my mouth kind of hurts after drinking this.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Am I allergic to rum? Is that maybe what's happening?
What's
What's in rum
It's either
that would
cane
make
sugar or molasses.
interesting? I can't imagine you're allergic to either of those, considering average consumption and day-to-day life.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I'd probably give this like a. If we were rating out of 10, I'd give it like a 5.5. I think. I mean, it's decent. I kind of There's like a mood I could be in to enjoy this, and it's only 40%, so it's not like gonna. Like it's not like some of these.
I think my preference for this kind of rum is just in a mixed drink of some sort.
That's kind of what the reviews. After I bought this, I looked at some of the reviews, and the reviews were about a 5.5 out of 10. Which, yeah, I mean, compared to whiskey, I would give that. But like compared to rum, I actually like this better than most of the rums I've had. But then again, I don't really know much about it.
It's kind of just sweet.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's kind of what I mean. It's makes sense based on what it's made out of.
I still got a little bit left.
It's really floral, like petally on the taste. It kind of tastes like you ate a dandelion or something.
Interesting. I must not get a whole lot of that because normally I don't like floral.
Yeah.
It's just rum.
Yeah.
Like it's there's not really any other way to describe it than if you've had rum, it's rum.
I'll tell you this, it's better than Bacardi.
Yeah.
And it's for my enjoyment. This is like on par with like those when we did that $20 scotch episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, this tastes about as good as those to me. So like a 2 or a 3.
So I still have a little bit left, but this might be a good time to kind of talk about like last time that we congregated. Anything happened in like our whiskey adventures?
I killed a bottle of Coy Reckon. I purchased mezcal. I hadn't purchased a mezcal yet. It was the Del Magui. I have to look it up. I wanted to get the Chichicapa, which a friend of mine let me try, and that was phenomenal. Quite exquisite. It was smoky and sweet, and that it's not, it's just agave, generic, different kinds of agave plants, and so it had this super like cool bitterness to it that reminded me of like Isle of Scotch, with the smokiness and the bitterness, super peppery and just excellent flavors. Really a fine liquor. But they didn't have it. They didn't have that one in stock at the time. So I got the almost there.
While you search for that,
Yeah.
Carter's trying to signal to me. We forgot to ask him on his opinion on the rum.
Cherry, vanilla, peach, cream, delicious bottle.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's kind of what we said. It's a little different spin on it, but can't argue.
Could have done without the screaming, but
It was the Vida. Just Vida.
lose de Vida.
Vida.
Lose the Vita.
So it is a light version, I guess, of the. It didn't have an age statement on the bottle, at least. I don't think the Chichicapa does either, but it's still peppery. It's still a little smoky. Mostly kind of like a Reposado tequila, though. It's like a 70% Reposado. So I highly recommend it. It's only like $40. It's definitely worth a try. I mean, maybe just try it at a bar if you don't want to spend $40, but it's good. I like it a lot.
That was the one thing I was kind of pleasantly surprised about the rum, but tequila in general too, is that they're for the quality and flavor profile, it seems to be pretty decently priced, cheaper than like a whiskey of the same quality
Yeah.
or level.
And I think that might change. Just, it's, as with all things that can trend, whiskey's kind of trending right now, and it probably will continue to grow. That mezcal and tequila in general will continue to grow as more people drink it. And they make it better and better, so it makes things more or less desirable as they evolve. Eventually, we're going to get price gouged out of our own hobbies of drinking.
Yeah.
All the good stuff's going to be like $60-$70 for everything.
We'll see. But
All right, should we get on with the...
I killed a bottle of
main event?
Angel's Envy.
I forgot. Yeah, we didn't even
more.
talk.
Sorry. No, it's all about me,
Zach's
guys.
always like,
I'm ready to
All right.
go. But no,
I'm ready to move on.
I'm
Yeah,
all about the efficiency.
Yeah, I killed a bottle of Angel's Envy that I've had for a little while.
Yep. The regular one, the port.
Just the regular
Yeah.
one. I think it's solid.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, although coming back to it at the end of its life, it maybe wasn't
It was gasping for air.
it maybe wasn't as good as when it was full of life.
Sure. So you think it mellowed out, or do you think you tried things that were better while it was dying?
That is a good question. I don't know. I can't say for certain.
Okay.
Can't say for certain, but I still think the rye is a special one,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I might replace the same shape bottle
on your shelf.
on the shelf with the rye this time.
Yep.
Just
It's
fork
like
up the money
yep.
for it. It's like
Oh, it's-
$90.
That would be a
Yeah.
sweet antique collector's item. Is a cabinet that only fits specific size bottles, like when children have shape puzzle toys. Like you can only put the circle in the circle and the square in the square.
That's like what I have in my liquor
Yep.
cabinet. Some of my shelving is only like
Exactly
you
as
can fit
wide
Knob
as it
Creek,
needs to be.
or like you can fit.
Yep.
Yeah, so have a wood cut out Angel's Envy shape.
Yeah, it's a mixture between that kid's toy and then like a quarter collection book of like collecting all the state quarters and stuff. It's a cross between the two.
So is the Angel's Envy rum like kind of your pinnacle? Like what's the best thing you've had? Would you say?
That's oh boy, that's a good question. Boy, I would say that was probably the first thing that I drank that really stood out is like, whoa, this is very interesting. I tried it at a restaurant, a small pour. I've never bought a bottle of it. But yeah, I was like, man, that was good. It's very sweet
Yeah,
for what it is.
absolutely.
But just for that unique factor, I thought it was really, really good. So that might be the best / most interesting thing that I've had.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a fair. That's a fair. I could totally see that. Yeah.
Carter, what do you think about that?
You got some stag, Junior.
No. You're wrong.
Carter, what's like? What is your whiskey? Anything you've killed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a person.
Bottles, not animals.
I haven't really killed anything
But
yet. No, I killed the wee beastie.
Okay.
Probably
Yep.
within the last time.
And so you still, I know we all know the answer to this, but you still like the 10. That's your favorite core, and for the price, than the Wee Beastie. You like 10 more than the Wee Beastie.
I would give up the wee beastie
Yeah.
before the 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I always ask that just because I flip flop all the time. Because it's usually whatever I have last. I'm like, you know what? That was better. That was better than the last time I had that. And then I'll have the other be like, no, this is better.
Well, it was funny
And I'll do it over and over.
Yeah, I forget what the last time we talked about it. It was recent. It was
Yeah.
within the last
Yeah.
recording session.
Yeah.
But when I was editing that, I had that bottle right behind me, so I reached for it. I didn't have the 10 to compare, and yeah, it's a very different from the 10. But I don't know. I think that there's something about that 10 year Ardbeg.
Yeah.
It's just.
I also think you have a special bottle of it too. Like, yeah, maybe you killed that one already. But remember when we were doing the Ardbeg off, and we were trying to blind them, and we decided
Was that my Ardbeg? That wasn't my Ardbeg.
That was your 10.
Was it?
Yep. And we were joking that we knew because
I think that was a different bottle.
Okay, yeah, it probably was.
Yeah.
But that one was really special, I think, because that one was really good. Because that was better than when we blinded it. I
The
think
$200.
the results. Not only that, I think it was. We also voted it was better than the Anoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't like the Anoa.
We didn't like the Anoa. We liked the 10 better than the Anoa and the Ardbeg, and only slightly behind the Ugadal and the Cory Reckon.
Yeah, because it was Cory, Oog, 10,
Yeah.
Anoa,
And
and then
Ardbeg.
Ardbeg, because the Wee BC wasn't a part of that.
yeah, we didn't get that one for that.
But anyways, yeah. So I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. We'll have it on another episode probably. There's a special. I don't know what to call it. It's not a single barrel release.
Limited release.
Something of a Knob Creek rye, and a lot of us have kind of different versions of it, of the core. There's like A, B, C, F, etc.
Yeah, I think we have a B, a D, and an F.
Yeah, and it's like a Minnesota spice
Select or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So we'll probably have that on, and everyone that has one will bring them on, and with the core people, and try them out and see how that goes. But that'll probably be a future episode. But yeah, other than that, I think I found some Four Roses single barrel cast strengths that if we feel up to it, maybe we'll get to after. But yeah, so I'm hunting for the seasonal releases,
It is
like the Blantons and
the time is here for us.
Yeah.
It's that just before October, September. It's the fall releases.
Yep.
You don't know when the liquor stores are going to actually put them on the shelf. So you just got to keep checking.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I'm ready.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to start off with this.
Barrel proof off. We're doing reverse chronological of the ones that we have.
Yeah, so Zach and I discussed this, and we agreed we were going to go in
Newest to oldest.
newest to oldest. And we are missing some of the additions.
Yeah. I mean, so they do 3 a year since, was it 2014? 2015 is the oldest?
2016?
Oh, okay. I thought it was older than that.
We have some.
It's
Yeah.
around the 15s. We'll
Okay.
just say that.
So there's like 15 different batches out there, or different designations, and we have 5
Yeah.
of them.
It's a good percentage.
Yeah, we got a third of the options.
Well, we missed 2 in between from the B 2019 and the B521. So, but that's where we're starting. We're starting at B521. At this time we're recording the newest release of the Elijah Crag Barrel Proof, 118.2 proof or 59.12% alcohol, 12 years old. Hopefully they stay that way. Because we have seen, and this is a new bottle, so I have to peel off the plastic, but we have seen that the new one is reportedly going to be, get the hell out of here, reportedly going to be 11 years old.
Yep.
So
A year younger.
They're just getting younger and younger these days.
Don't say it like that.
cork pop.
Oh, sounds young.
That was worse than what I said.
It was. Oh,
That was a good pop.
that was
High pitched.
I mean,
Low air.
it's very rare that we actually get the cork pops from new bottles on the show.
We're
It's
too
true.
impatient. The only reason this was a new bottle is because I was saving these for a special occasion in the future.
Both Zach and I have an open bottle
Yep.
of this that we could have brought,
But we didn't.
Nobody did.
but I asked if I was supposed to bring anything, and I was told no, so I brought chips.
Jeeps. Man, this is going to be
Fancy.
going from 40% to infinity.
And then and beyond.
Alex, you reportedly are a huge fan of cast strength bourbons, right?
I can explain. No, I think I suffer from weak esophagus syndrome. WES, Wes.
Wes syndrome.
I suffer from
Or
Wes.
Just Wes.
Weak esophagus syndrome.
Yeah. It's a syndrome where you think you have Wes.
No, it just I don't know. Some high proof anything, it hurts.
Yeah.
There's some extra pain to it. So we're
grateful that you decided to try this.
I tend to not seek them out as much. However, for whatever reason, I found that the last few bottles that I've bought have been high proof. Specifically,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why
Yep.
they look interesting and I grab them.
And you can always water them down. It's not like they get
right.
worse.
Right. It's got room if you want to go that direction. You can't add proof that way. So
I think because this is new, it doesn't have much of a smell. I can't smell.
That
Shouldn't
totally
the
could
case.
be. Yeah.
it just burns.
I mean, I get some maybe cherry if I really look for it, and maybe some wood spice.
No, I definitely think there's both cherry and wood were the two words that I was going to go with.
But yeah, I mean, not
Maybe a touch of maple.
vanilla.
Maple. Yeah. No,
Okay.
I changed my mind. Totally maple. Totally maple. It reminds me of like in the spring.
Should I get some
sap.
water? I think I have a dropper that's over there,
Pick and sap.
Yeah,
Do we
I
want
think a dropper would be nice.
especially with the cast strength stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, Alex and actually all three of us have tried this.
Yep.
You and I have had the most because we just absolutely demolished your bottle up at the cabin.
I brought a sacrificial bottle for a family vacation.
Yep, and that thing got just sipped on.
Yep.
And I liked it, so I bought one for me because I thought it was a nice proof. I mean, it's just such a nice balance between potent but sweet, like the regular Elijah Crag.
Yep.
Because the regular Elijah Crag is totally my go-to bourbon. Like if I, on the budget, I'm not an Evan Williams Bald and Bond guy. I'm just the 94 proof Elijah Crag small batch. That's so good. And so this one, when I tried it the first time, I was like, yeah, this is right in between. Like the hot intensity with the vanilla of the barrel proofs with just the regular caramel, oakiness. So hopefully that perception will happen again, come through when we taste it. Did you add water for the scent? Or?
It's like a wax nut, like a walnut or something.
Walnut.
I did a nose reset with my elbow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I wiped the pizza grease off of my nostrils.
Papa Murphy stuff. That's a whiskey hack. If you smell
You smack the
You
microphone.
elbow the microphone. It
Yeah.
resets your nose.
if you smell your elbow, you can reset your nose.
I'm going to try it.
And that's when I got like it's like a waxy nut. Not necessarily a walnut, but like a waxy nut. I was trying to think of a waxy nut, and
I think it smells the same to me.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on the elbow difference.
I get some sort of like nut, like maybe like a peanut or something.
Okay, we've smelled it a lot. Can we try it now?
Yeah. I get the waxy too. Like it's so oily that it's almost like a waxiness to it.
It's so rich.
Yeah. It's tantalizing. Got to bring that word back. I haven't used that for a couple episodes.
Tantalizing.
I use that pretty
I
often.
think you use that for last.
Oh, for real?
Or titillating.
I don't use that.
That would be a good word.
This is a titular.
A titular.
This is the titular
Titular experience.
titular experience.
That first taste is a very nice.
That's
first
pretty
taste, yeah.
good. It reminds you, it's still cast strength. I mean, that's still hot. 118?
Yeah.
Yeah, no joke.
For a brand new bottle, for me, it doesn't burn that much.
Yeah.
I don't think titular means what you think it does.
I thought
What is it?
I thought titular meant iconic.
It is holding or constituting a purely formal position or title without any real authority.
Oh, okay. I hear the word titular used a lot for describing like video game characters, like or like just characters in general in stories.
Interesting.
Well, I mean,
And now I feel like it's almost an inside joke that you just use the word titular when you want to advance your vocabulary in a way that doesn't work. You know, you want to sound more. It's like the joke where it's like, oh, I use the word photosynthesis, or just it's I use big words in my vocabulary in an effort to make myself sound more photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Anyway, this titular whiskey, having no authority.
It sells
cherry.
has no authority.
cherry on the beginning,
Yeah.
oak spice, vanilla, caramel. The maple kind of shows up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just back to caramel. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's woody though.
It is super woody. 12 years old. I'm worried though that after the next batch,
Yeah.
it's just going to be a declining age statement
Yeah. Using fresher and fresher stuff.
until they build it back up.
Yeah.
But
So what? Yeah, maybe you should explain if you know what the reason they're going younger
So-
is.
the Elijah Crag 94 that he mentioned, the small batch, used to be back 2015, 2016. Used to be called, the nickname was Big Red 12. Different bottle shape, had an age statement of 12 years on it. It was still, $20-$30. And what happened was the whiskey boom, as everyone calls it, their remaining stocks at Heaven Hill, essentially, they got younger and younger and younger. They used up all the old stuff because that's what you had to do, essentially, is
Keep up with the demand. They had to sell younger, basically.
right.
Gotcha.
So they came up with two solutions. One is they can continue selling it as 12-year-old whiskey, but severely cut back on the production or the bottles that they release because obviously they don't have that much to keep up. And that was, it would cut something like 30% of what their sales would be. So that was option one. Option two was they could remove the age statement from it. They could release older Elijah Craigs, like the 18. We never see it, but it exists. And they could still release cast strength, age stated 12-year-old bourbon, like we have before us. And then they would be able to have more sales of small batch Elijah Craig. And that's what they went with.
Gotcha.
It made more sense. Now, this is the story that Heaven Hill goes with. And, without valid reason, this is the one that I would say is the trustworthy source. So everyone's still, that for them is still fresh in everyone's mind, is Elijah Craig Big Red 12, and that disappeared. And I don't know if this is majority of people, but the next edition of the cast strength Elijah Craig is 11 years old.
Right.
Whereas since like 2016, 17, it's all been 12-year-old stuff. So the fear is they're once again running out of age stock.
Sure.
So that's kind of why I bought two of these last ones and just wasn't going to open them.
Until a special occasion, right?
Yeah. Until
As such as now.
As such as a price hike or a.
it's not like I have anywhere to sell them
Yeah, I'm just joking.
except for Zach.
It's my fault. I said I was gonna bring one, and I did main it. I'm not like trying to flake. I just totally spaced. I brought a different one because we have so many of these.
Yeah.
And I brought the wrong one. I'm like, I was supposed to bring the other one. So
But this is good. I can still go out and get another unopened one on a shelf.
yeah, they're there.
So
It's the newest one.
But yeah, that's the fear, is we might start running into like a 10, 9, 8-year-old cast strength.
Yeah,
and
it's just not gonna have
The flavor won't be there.
Yeah.
The same flavor that we're used to.
Yeah.
It's not going to be bad.
It's just.
It's not like we're going to stop buying it,
Yeah.
right? It's just, it's going to be different. So.
That last sip was very
Oh, I forgot to add water. I'm gonna add water.
Yeah.
berryish.
I'll add water to the next one.
Yeah.
If I add water now, it'll just be water.
That, yes, when there's nothing in the
Yeah, there's
glass,
nothing left.
water is water.
Yeah. Or are you adding alcohol to the water?
Adding vodka to my whiskey because it's clear.
But it would still proof it down.
It would. It would. Ooh, it got super sweet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your synopsis? Sweeter.
It's sweeter.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay.
The flavors are still there, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, we'd only have a infinity glass.
I could hang on.
We can make one. That's gonna be hard to pour into there.
I could grab the Highland Park that has a bigger
Mouth,
but
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
know
worth
if I
it.
can Grab it.
Yeah, so this, when I had this, I don't think, I mean, just from memory alone, this is my least favorite Elijah Crag Barrel Proof. Just kind of because of the overall 118 being the lowest. And the other ones I found to be more complex. This one's pretty, because they all taste the same as far as core flavors. Caramel, vanilla, oak. Like, that's the trinity. And then how they expand upon that is often based on the water and the age and the proof.
I think that is not going to be the worst. I think that's probably going to be. I'm right now. I think that's top 3.
Okay.
I think it's quite good.
Yeah.
Should we rate them?
I mean, I guess
My prediction is going to end up somewhere
in the middle.
probably 3.
3 out
for
of
me.
5.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Pretty good.
Yeah. I'll say the rest later, but I think it'll be my least favorite.
Or should we just rank them 1 through 5 as we try?
That'll be easier
Okay, let's do that.
because they all taste similar enough. Where it's going to
It's
be
gonna
like,
be
all right,
like-
this is an 8.47
right.
instead of the
We have to
8.42.
go into the tenths
Yeah.
and the hundredths.
All right, so this is batch A121. Remember, we're going from newest to oldest. This is 123.6% proof, or 61.8%.
This is 20% more alcohol than
Physically
100%
possible.
alcohol.
Uncut straight from the barrel without geofiltration.
Cool.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I hate that chill filtered.
Cork pop. Ooh. Carter, stop moaning.
I could just go home.
Oh, Carter, what was your rating?
It's the best. I get to sleep in a bed all by myself for the rest of my life. It's fantastic. It's the best.
Okay. I was sorry. Carter, you need to speak up so we don't forget about you.
Carter's, it's okay. He's not feeling it today.
He's tired.
I already did a shot of Yag, so I'm already ready. Just give me booze. I'm already sick of today.
This,
It smells more like hay to me. Like
I was going to say it had more maple in it.
more maple. It just smells more dusty to me. Like I guess maybe maple because of the autumn leaves being
The autumn.
It's autumn.
autumn leaves.
Yeah.
Yes, it's autumn.
Just because I try to use a seasonal word, you can't just dog
it
on me
smells
like
like-
that.
Pumpkin spice.
We're devolving to Nigel Thornberry.
Yep.
Liza. I seem to not be able to see it on my left eye. Yeah, the nose
This is more wood to me.
on the
More wood.
nose.
On the nose.
The nose to me seems
Yeah.
very
I think more.
one-dimensional.
I was gonna say more wood, more maple.
Okay.
More wood, more maple.
The nose on the other one was better on the new bottle.
Yeah.
And going forward, these are all open bottles of
Yep.
varying.
Lengths of time.
Times,
I mean,
yeah.
they're older. We should know approximately based on the number how old they are. But
Neil deGrasse Tyson just
Yeah, I'm gonna drink it.
okay.
That's so much more wood. So much more wood.
I don't know. Ooh, that was a noise.
I think that was my throat.
That was me. I
Was
thought.
you? I felt it.
I felt it.
What? Did we just both have the same like bodily reaction to this level of alcohol?
It's not.
This one's also quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems simpler.
Yeah, I agree. It's more one dimensional, like you said, for the nose. This is more one dimensional in the taste.
Maybe less sweet.
I thought it was a little
This one
sweeter,
feels
actually.
sweeter.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I was gonna say sweeter, more wood.
It's more
less,
alcohol.
less fruit, and less vanilla.
Yeah,
It's not as
somehow
less
still
fruit.
sweet.
Yeah, but it's not as it's not as spicy as the other one.
It's not as spicy.
That's weird.
Flat.
I wouldn't call it's not flat.
Flatter.
Yeah. It's unexpected for the alcohol being from
A
118
little bit
proof
higher,
to a
yeah.
123 proof.
It tastes malty, like a little maltiness.
That's a good observation. Do you think it's malt or do you think it's corn?
Let's give that another go.
It's amazing.
This is actually really nice. Like it's not
I think it's malt flavor,
okay.
not corn.
Yeah. I'm not saying it.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
Yeah,
I'm just-
to be trying to get a more accurate flavor.
that I don't know if I prefer this, but I think I would enjoy this more. It's more friendly,
Can I get the dropper?
of course.
An attempted slide that went about an inch and a half.
Carter, while he's doing that, observation.
I think I literally went to the astral plane of existence, and I was just like, oh my God, this is what whiskey should always be like. And then I was like, I drank some water, and I was like, oh, I'm back in reality.
And I feel like you've had a lot to say that I've heard before, Carter.
Hey, get out of my sandwich.
Don't make this too hard for me because I'm gonna have to edit all these.
Yeah, you're the one who said you keep mentioning him.
Don't say anything that's like
Yeah.
very specific that I have to
you're
go
right,
back.
You're right. Yeah.
No, we're not talking about you, Carter. Sorry.
No, sorry.
We understand it's weird that we're talking about you, Carter, despite the fact that you're sitting right here as if you weren't here.
I like that we're looking at this chair.
Yeah.
They're just-
We gotta just leave the awkward silences in. So what's the water like?
Oh yeah, I need that too. Once you get a taste, that's what we need to invest in is more
Water droppers. Yeah, I just cry a little bit into my glass.
Salty. Oh, did you want some?
No, no, it's okay. Oh my gosh, sorry. I didn't want any because if I had a single drop, it'll be too high of a proportion of water.
You'd think.
I mean, it's high proof, so that would help.
You could add a drop to it.
I thought it was. I think it added to it. I actually like it more.
I added 3 to mine.
I did 2.
Nose is the same, if maybe a little bit more woody. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's definitely weaker.
Grasping for
understandably.
straws.
I think you could pretty safely say your average
Don't add water.
bourbon drinker would not know the difference between these two.
Yeah.
You got dustier on the scent. Way dustier.
It had what complexity it had and made it. It just maimed it. For me.
Yeah.
Don't add the water.
It's just not necessary
No.
unless it's too hot for you.
It just, I mean, it mellowed it out for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a hard. Yeah, because I agree mostly with Dylan's sentiments. It's not as complex,
I like the first one.
but it
we
is
did
kind of
more.
just. I don't know. This is just better to drink though. Like I just enjoy
Really?
it. Yeah. I thought it was a nicer pour.
You're
but-
wrong.
Because there's totally more to say about that's the B521.
Yeah, the first one we've had.
But this one just tastes better. Just overall.
This one's a better casual whiskey.
Yeah.
I would still rate this below the first one, but I do really like that.
It's worse, but it's better.
Yes.
Yep. Good.
All right, what's the next one?
The next one is the B520. So I think
This
this is the
is-
one we've reached one that we've skipped, right?
Yeah, the C9
We
20.
yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So this is 127.2 proof or 63.6. So we've jumped a little bit, right? Can you confirm
That was
on that one?
123.6.
Okay, so yeah, we've jumped a few proofs.
This is a internet favorite. If you look up like top Elijah Crag Barrel Proofs,
Really?
this is up there. Just aggregate, you know,
Yeah.
like generic internet reviews, total wine reviews. You know, they all have like 4.5 stars, but this one's like 4.7. You know, it's like it's up there
4.55.
pretty much. So when it comes to these, this is a higher up.
Yeah.
This is what I'll say. So I keep an expectation.
All right, cork pop.
Squeaky.
Dang, look at those legs.
And the cork. What do you guys think of the stemmed glasses?
I love them. I didn't think it would make a difference because Glencairns already have kind of a grab point, you know, like they have a spot where you can grip them.
I don't like it as much.
No?
That ball thing at the end.
Oh, on the bottoms, you mean? Yeah, you can't really hold it like this. You can hold them like where it's palm up if you wanted to. You couldn't do this with the regular Glencairn.
Yeah.
No, like I wouldn't do this normally. It just looks weird.
It looks pretty weird.
I mean, this looks like it could be a logo, you know, but anyway,
I got nose on this one.
I like pinching the stem.
This one smells really hot.
It smells hot, but it's also doesn't smell like as much.
This one smells like corn to me.
I get more floral from this one.
Yeah.
It's a rose that's on fire that you're trying to stem. It's really hot and spicy on the nose to me.
I'm gonna say cherry corn. You did a GMO, got a GMO chicorn,
Shacorn.
chicorn, or a carry.
It's weird nose. I don't know.
Oh.
Tasty.
Let's do this.
It's different.
Slower build,
Yeah,
Yeah,
sweeter.
but it's hot at the end.
it's sweeter than the rest. Yeah, it's hotter. It's not malty like I thought of the first one.
The cherry comes back again.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really talk about cherry in the last one.
No, we did not. Because it wasn't really that much. It wasn't that fruity. This was a lot more fruity.
Interesting.
Again,
It's a very the initial sweetness, cherry.
And then it's breathing flames out of the nose.
Yeah, it gets really hot really
yeah.
quick.
If you let that rest on your tongue, like my mouth's on fire.
My tongue hurts.
I like the spice out of it, but it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So like
weird.
for this one, the app distiller uses a graph for. I've used this illustration before, but they use a graph for the flavor profiles, the points.
Yep.
This would be a mountain range, you know.
Yeah.
Because there's just no evenness between the flavors. It's like sweet, boom, up, down, and then wood, up, down, heat, up, down, cherry, up, down. You know, but there's no like.
They don't mesh at all.
There's no caramel. There's like zero caramel in this, despite being so sweet. And I get no vanilla. It's just like fructose from the fruit, plus heat. What do you guys think?
I get more of a woody mapley sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with what he's saying. I think they're there, but they're being drowned out.
Uh-huh.
Like it is the mountain ranges, like you're saying. That mountain is just that vanilla and caramel. They're in the valley.
Give me a little drop of water.
Alex might like this. So in my
Give me 2.
I'll take 2
Thank
also.
you.
In my most recent single review, I've started comparing whiskeys to
Songs.
either songs or genres. So so far, what would you guys compare like this Elijah Crag like to either a specific song or a band or a genre? Like how fine can we get? Like what pops in your head?
Destruction from the pits of hell.
I am getting. Oh man, I'm thinking like classic rock, just because this is just classic.
Ooh, the sugar.
Bourbon.
Ooh, the water.
Yeah,
That really made a difference.
it mellowed it out, but it is still super sweet.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm still trying to decide a band and then a song from the band. That's probably what I'm gonna try to think about that.
I got it.
I'm gonna say this is like "Sweet Child of Mine."
I was gonna say Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
This reminds me of like Before the Water.
Uh huh.
It's Welcome to the Jungle,
Uh huh.
and Out of the Water, Sweet Child of Mine. Gets softer.
How did we come to that conclusion?
It was harsher without the water, but you
Yeah.
added the water and it's
Right.
sweeter. It's like Guns N' Roses. They have a soft side.
You got Axl Rose, and then you got Slash.
Yeah.
You give Axl Rose a couple drops of water, and it really mellows him out.
It sobers them up. Gets them back. Gets them.
It rehydrates him a little bit.
Oh,
This is super sweet. Holy moly! This is
But it's warm, though.
with the water. This is the best one yet. This is amazing.
yeah, it is. I would
If
agree.
if you were to describe bourbon to someone
Yep.
with the water, this is exactly how I would describe bourbon.
This brings the caramel back for me. The caramel's there again, like in full force.
With the water or
with,
even
with
before?
the water. Not there was not. I didn't taste any.
Oh, that's
before.
right. Yeah. Okay.
And then with the water.
I'm getting a lot of corn aftertaste. Mm-hmm. Just lingering.
That's something I've never been able to really pick apart. Is like corn.
Yeah.
Like I can do barley sometimes, but corn is.
Try rubbing your tongue on the roof of your mouth and breathing a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, to me, corn at its roots, as far as flavor, is halfway between vegetal and sweet. You know,
Sweet corn.
right? Sweet corn. But like, you want to look for the vegetalness because that's what makes it not
Dylan,
sweet
maybe
corn.
you need to visit the state fair and get yourself.
I think he knows what sweet corn tastes like.
Well, he needs to refresh himself. Clearly,
Yeah.
I've had candy corn before.
I can't go. Candy corn. It tastes the same as the little pumpkins.
I've had popcorn.
It tastes the same as all those candies.
Yeah, this is quite nice.
So Alex, Zach and I did our music comparison. Mm-hmm. What would you assess these?
To me, this is a warm jazz standard.
So like Duke Ellington, or like
Duke Wellington.
Duke Wellington.
This is a Miles Davis trumpet,
Uh-huh.
kind of bluesy, jazzy, slow, mostly solo, a little bit of drums in the background. And
Okay.
it's just like, I don't know.
Can I ask, is that overall
Yeah.
before the water, after the water?
I think before the water, the tempo was higher.
So is it before the water? It was Miles Davis during the big band, like he was just
Yep.
part of the big band.
Big band.
And then with the water was
Slowed.
during his solo where he slowed it down.
Slowed it down.
Yeah.
Yep. We're talking 2/3 tempo.
Uh-huh.
And it's warm, and the notes are it's smooth.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, the tempo or the rhythm went from to the
Yep. That's it right there.
just like that.
Just like that. Yep.
I still prefer the Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
I think comparison, but
I mean, how do you prefer a musical comparison to a
I
drink?
prefer my own.
No, I think this is definitely a Wynton Marsalis instead of a Miles Davis. I don't know what you're talking about, Alex. Completely different trumpeter. Not even close.
he doesn't even have a trumpet. He
Yeah.
just makes
Does
weird
Miles
noises.
Davis have a custom trumpet? I don't think
This
so.
isn't even trumpet. This is saxophone. This is straight up Dave Kahn.
All right, we should move on to the next one.
All right, I'll finish this one.
Yeah.
What do we got?
still got some.
We're on to number 4.
Right. Okay, so sorry. Before and I'm always the one to jump ahead. But let's go back. Placement. This is our favorite one so far. It is mine.
I think
I see no reason to not.
I think
Yeah.
that, yep, it's my favorite first one was my second favorite, personally.
Okay. Yeah. So,
So it went 1 is 2, 2 is 3, 3 is 1. Someone can figure that out. Draw a map.
And I agree, because this is kind of what I thought it was going to be.
yeah.
Like I thought the B520 was going to be somewhere, maybe top 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm anticipating this is what I think it's going to be: C919,
Yep.
B520,
Yep.
and then
A120
I'm kind of digging that
or the B521.
the B521 right now. Kind of digging it,
Kind of digging it.
but we'll see.
Yeah, but that was a pleasure. It was different. I didn't think the A121, because that was the last one I had before the B521, obviously. And I mean, outside of this podcast, and I thought that was better. And I still think it is, like, just marginally and more enjoyable. But yeah, the B521, it's more complex.
Yeah.
And it's way better than I remember. So, all right, now let's move on
Yeah.
to
Wait, no, hold on. Carter.
It's pretty good. I'm actually not disappointed that I didn't get a bottle of this.
You're always jumping ahead, Zach.
Carter is so offended. You should see the look on his face, listeners.
If I get pulled over and the cop is like, "Why do you reek of scotch?" I'd be like, "My friend, he sprayed me with scotch."
Yep. Carter is really letting Zach have it right now.
I'm so sorry, Carter. I didn't know you felt that way. Dylan's gonna have a hell of a time.
It's going to be so good.
I'm just gonna have to leave some of them blank,
Yeah, just delete.
and some of them will have responses.
Yeah. How many have we done? Like 7 calls now.
Oh, at least. Yeah. It's good.
I like it.
I can just, and the best part is I can see Carter listening to this after the fact, and each time we throw to him, he gets more upset.
Why is it even? He's not here, but why? For me, it seems so easy to know how he would respond.
Yeah.
Right? Like, don't you know? Like, you just look in the chair and be like, "Yeah, I know this is exactly how you'd respond." All right, next one.
Yep. We miss you dearly, Carter. And as Dylan's getting this next one, I can tell you why we miss him dearly, or how it's proven, is that every time we want to ask him something, we literally look to his chair, anticipating him to say something.
Yeah, it's a weird phenomenon.
In our head,
happening.
we know he would want to say something.
It's so weird. Like, we turn and literally look at an empty chair, but we all
that Carter's sitting in.
that Carter is. Yeah, I mean, it would be empty if Carter weren't sitting in it,
But he is.
But he is.
but he is.
Dude, what if I wasn't real?
So now we're at B519.
No,
Dang it.
X720.
no, because B comes before.
Oh, A120. Duh.
No, we don't have that one.
That's what we don't have.
Yeah,
We have it, but we don't have it with us.
no, we don't have it. We have the A121.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, how do we get to the B520 then?
So we're going back in time.
Right. But we just did B520. How are we going ahead?
No, we're going back. I didn't say anything.
What?
I didn't say anything.
So it is an A.
No, this is a C.
We just did B520. The one before that would be A120 and then C919.
Wait, where's the A120? No. It's getting older.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
If we did the B,
A1. It went BAB.
we don't have any C's for those.
Right.
So it should have gone B51, A121,
Yep.
and then it would go B520.
And then A120. Right.
But I don't have an A120.
Right. But then the one before that, C919.
Yeah, so we're at C919.
Oh, we have one before C9. Which one? Oh, we have B519.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know how this works, but I'm learning
Yeah.
it.
I thought C919 was the last one. I was like, that was the oldest one we had. I'm like, wait,
No, I actually found out I had an older one. For some
yeah,
reason.
like there's a gap.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. This is gonna be a rough one. And by rough, I mean amazing.
Spicy.
I like this one.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So if you're confused, we're at C919. It is 136.8 proof,
It's hot and heavy.
68.5 4% alcohol.
My throat already
And
hurts.
Carter was gracious enough to give this to us.
Thank you, Carter.
I will come and distribute my golden nectar.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Willie. Thank you.
What a guy.
Cork pop.
Quick pop.
Ooh, squeaky.
She's got life in her.
I'm not dead yet.
I feel like going for a walk.
I feel
That is a healthy pour, my friend.
Thanks, Carter. Carter said, help yourself.
I need just a little.
Did we give you the cork?
Yep.
Okay.
Socks will be rocked with this glass.
Brown sugar.
Got so much woodier and sugarier. How does something smell dark? It smells dark. What is that smell that I'm smelling?
Well, it's when something smells acidic.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, I think that is associated with brightness. You think like that's in the coffee world. That's a common term when something is acidic. It is usually synonymous with bright.
I agree, but then I would say that bitterness wouldn't necessarily mean it's dark. I feel like to me the bitterness would be almost the neutral point between the two, where there's not much happening. Because like a bitterness even I feel like has more life than.
Did someone say bitter? I didn't say bitter.
No. But like,
or that's just what you're
if we're
thinking.
comparing that light
Yeah.
is acidity,
Sure.
then I was making the conclusion, but disagreeing that bitterness was maybe where you're going, referring to.
I was
dark.
thinking more along the lines of like dank or musty being dark. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I feel like that makes
Yeah,
sense.
well, I think dank and musty are just common descriptors for basements, which are dark. So it's
yeah.
a synonymous
To
thing.
me, dark feels like it's something that's like this is not. It's not jumping out of the glass. There's not a lot of nose I'm getting.
I think it's toasted. The smell's toasted to me.
Yeah.
Like toast. Totally smells like toast.
It's got a tang to it.
Like a Wu-Tang? Or like a...
We're not back in the music yet.
Oh, right. Oh, right. My bad.
It's a later question. I don't know. This is not a fantastic nose compared to the other ones.
I disagree. I actually like this one.
I'm not getting. I have the biggest
Fantastic.
pour, and I'm not getting much out of the nose.
I say it's middle ground.
Let me do a nose reset.
Personally,
I love how burnt this smells. And it smells so...
like when you say burnt, you mean like caramelized?
Yeah, caramelized
Okay.
and toasted. Like I microwaved...
Sugar water.
Yeah, sugar water.
And the water evaporated, and all that was left
yeah.
was burnt.
I'm getting
sugars.
more out of it, but I still don't think it's the. I agree more with Alex. It's kind of mid compared to the.
Yeah.
Smells like the top of a creme brulee.
Because this reminds me of like our old cabin that we had in Hayward
Interesting.
because of the wood. Let's drink it.
She's coming to fight. Okay.
Not aftertaste,
Yeah.
but late taste
Yeah.
is very vanilla-y.
It is very sweet at the end. The mid palate, because the B520, it was a buildup. Oh, that's very cohesive buildup. This, it punches you in the middle.
Oh, it hurts my mouth.
It's an easier ending than the middle palate.
Yeah.
It's 5% more. It's
What's the
That's
difference between the
intense.
next highest one?
so it's it goes from 127 to 136.
Yeah,
So
so
nine.
almost 5%.
Yeah.
Wow. This is tough. This and the B520 are very different from one another.
Super different. This one's got a lot of licorice to me.
Yeah.
A lot of red licorice.
Yeah.
And a lot of like still
Man,
toast.
it lingers so long.
Yeah.
Like a maybe like a blackberry or some sort of berry on it.
Dark fruit.
Dark fruit.
Zach, would you mind hitting me up with a drop of water?
You got it. Dylan, do you want to do yours first? I'm assuming you want some water.
Oh man.
I think personally this one's a little bit hot for me.
Yeah.
I really like this.
Yeah, we're getting up there for sure.
Like, I understand the appeal.
I don't know. This is kind of...
But I think
It's not one-dimensional.
This is what I'm proposing right now.
Yeah.
If you want to somebody take that first.
propose away.
I would like to, after we finish the next one, pit the B520 side by side. Go back to the B520
2 drops, please.
and see if we can compare it to this C919.
Thank you.
So maybe before we go to the next one, even I'm not sure how we
Go
want to do
back.
that, because if we do it now, we won't have to come back to the C919 again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe before we go on,
Let's
we
do
try the
B520 again.
B520 again.
Okay.
I think they're just really different. Like,
I would agree.
in lots of ways. This has the greatest potential. I haven't tried it with the water added yet. This has the greatest potential with some water because of the proofing. And I thought it's a little one-dimensional without it. I thought it's hot and it's woody.
It without the water, this for me could be my
Best.
preferred.
Yeah. I get that.
I like it a lot more
I-
with the water.
I remember when you gave this to me for the first time. I thought it was just splendid. No comparison. Because I hadn't had a Stag Junior before. Before that, I hadn't had any other. Obviously, nothing nearly as hot.
Yeah,
But no other bourbon compared.
that was my second cast strength Elijah Crag, possibly my second cast strength whiskey.
Yep.
And yeah, I definitely thought it was the
Top
best.
tier.
Yeah,
Super yum. And we've had a lot of stuff since then,
that still holds up.
and it still is really, really good. I
Yeah.
think this is why a lot of people thought this could have been the next Stag, because it really is that yummy, and it's got the potential.
Nut.
Oh, with that water, dude,
It's much better with the water.
it kind of, I don't know, it lost the spiciness though that I liked.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's really,
it's got enough spice.
Well, it's got enough heat, but I mean, like,
I feel like I
It-
lost the
it's-
sweetness. Maybe.
maybe I think
It
but-
still hits you on the tip of the tongue with the spice.
Yeah, but I don't want the hit of the spice. I want the flavor of the spice. This doesn't have the flavor of the spice.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like a red hot. This is just
I kind of
Kinda hot.
dig the mellower notes though.
Under that explanation, I'd agree with you. It's just the spice. It's not the flavors.
because this actually, because yeah, with more water, it is a more complex. It's got, you can taste the beginning, middle, end. Like it's not,
You're not overwhelmed by the proof.
the proof isn't deleting your taste buds, but at the same time, yeah, none of the flavors that stood out remain.
It's super cherry now.
So you lost some things. So it's admirable, I think, that you could have a whiskey that changes so much. Because I like the B520 with the water more than this with the water, I think. Because the B520 with the water was more of the flavors that I like. The wood, cherry, and the caramel. And this doesn't have.
I can I can definitively say for my personal experience, this is my second favorite. I still prefer the 520.
Oh my god. Whoa.
Yeah.
It still hits hard.
I chewed it. I can't believe it. Wow.
Are you saying this is FDA approved?
Yeah. No, I did that. We talked about the last recently episodes. Taste methods, Kentucky Chew. I did that. That was like mouthwash. It was like it got super sweet for a little bit, and it got super spicy. And it
I'm
was
cautious. I'm a little concerned you might have accidentally cleansed. You you burned out some of your taste buds.
Perhaps.
Because this is that hot that you can actually do that with this. You could lose a couple taste buds. If you let
How
it
does
sit.
my tongue look?
Normal.
Whatever.
I mean, usually, if your tongue is running out, it means it should be white and pasty. It shouldn't be white and pasty. Yours is still nice and pink. If you're like, yours is not, that's not good. Look at his tongue, Alex. You see the front of his tongue, how white it is?
I can't because the microphone's in the way. Yeah, kind of.
It's really white. How's my tongue?
Normal.
Okay.
Looks like your skin.
You see the grooves in my tongue, though?
Yeah. That's normal.
No, it's not.
You can see grooves in people's tongues.
You have, like, none.
None.
0.
You gotta spread it out somehow.
But you got to put your tongue below or behind your front teeth.
Yeah, he doesn't have them. I don't have them either. It's just you.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe you drive it out.
That's why my... No,
Sorry,
I always have
Sorry,
them.
audience. You have to listen to us compare tongues.
No, but I think I think it influences my...
Carter, how does your tongue look?
Good luck finding something to use there, Dylan.
Zach immediately just started laughing.
No, I'm saying it. I think it affects my tasting, and I
Maybe.
think
It could.
I think that's the other thing with the high proof is it
Oh, yes.
physically burns my tongue more because it actually dives into my tongue.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Because like these, they actually hurt my mouth.
Got a good sip there. I got a little bit in my throat. And I was like, oh no.
I don't know. Before the comparison back to the B520, I would rank that my favorite.
Yeah,
right now.
but it's number one. I have to try the B520 again. I can't definitively say.
I can't.
I can't do it.
But if I had to, I would say
Yeah.
the C9.
Okay.
I think it's more of like a Lagavulin to
our big
no, the Kalila comparison that we did.
Oh,
You know, we said it like the Kalila, it's pretty good.
And Log is pretty good too, but like that kind of has a heart thing with us.
I would say that the C919 has that. I've had it longer, and subconsciously I've appreciated it more. So.
Oh, it's so hot.
Once again, thank you, Carter.
Thanks, Carter.
Do we have a website?
No, we don't actually. Not like
Not
a page. We don't have a web page.
We have an Anchor account we can go to.
But no, we don't have like a home web page.
We should say, if you, leave us a comment at our email account, whiskeyhousepubhouse@gmail.com, or go to our Instagram at, it'll probably be Whiskey House Pub House on Instagram. It's not yet because
and just
this
for
is
the viewers,
future.
just for the viewers, house HAUS or HOUSE. Haven't decided.
House. Spell house.
Ah.
HHOUSE.
USE.
Okay, so you want
It's not a German thing.
We're not doing the German way.
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Yeah, just double. Yeah, just so they know.
But I don't know. It shouldn't be taken, but I don't know if it'll have like any dashes or
Gotcha.
Because of Instagram.
Yep.
So
It'll be the name of the podcast at gmail.com.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, or I found out you can actually leave audio messages. I don't know how you leave regular messages, but you can leave and send us a audio message,
In
voicemail,
what?
at Anchor.
Oh,
That's cool.
So if you go to anchor.com and you find our page, Whiskey House Pub House, you can send us a message. So
how about that?
Please do that. We love recommendations. So.
Yep.
All right, back to B520. Alex, you pour first. It's closest to you.
I don't even need to. I know
Okay.
definitively that is my favorite.
I'm getting flashbacks to the Wild Turkey, like $30 challenge. Yeah, I just need a little.
I mean, we did do a back-to-back on them.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have an A120. That's right. Yeah. Did you try it already?
My preferred I already preferred it with water a lot more, so I'm going right from C919.
Nope.
It's not as good.
Nope.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going right from C919 with water to B520 with water because both of those the C919 without water is my preferred, and then the B520 with water is my preferred version of that. So I'm just going right to that to definitively say what was better. It's the C919. Yeah, totally is. Totally better.
It's okay for you guys to be wrong.
Yeah. I'm just... We were talking about uniqueness on that mini-so with the Whistle Pig.
Yeah.
That C919 without the water is unique amongst its brethren.
But is it
know?
unique in a good way?
Absolutely. It's the one that's got the flavors that I like the most. The spice, the flavor of red licorice spice.
Yeah.
And still has the wood. And it's still super sweet. And it's on fire. The thing just makes you melt. I love that.
That's my biggest issue with it. I think it's just too hot. Even just watered down a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I will say that the B520 with water is still very nice.
It's super good. It's number 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dylan. I tried giving you a small pour. I thought that was small enough. But...
That's right.
So, last, not necessarily least.
That's darn good, though. That's really good.
What is this last number here that we're dealing with? I can't keep track of how the number.
And I shouldn't because I got it mixed up last time.
So this is B519.
B519.
Our eldest one.
The oldest one. 122.2 proof, 61.1% alcohol. I mean, what's our current ranking, we should say?
Well,
I am at in order of what we've done. 3, 4, 2, 1. So it's I'll just do best to worst. C919, B520, B521, A121.
Okay. Alex?
kind
Kind of flip the C919 with the B520.
Yep, B520 being my favorite.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and you liked A121 more than
Oh, that's right. He
B521.
he swapped.
Yep.
He swapped those as well. So yeah, it goes
Or sorry, you
3,
like
4, 1, 2.
Yeah. Yep.
3, 4, 1, 2.
Okay. Yeah, I would go C919, B520.
Yep.
And then the B521.
So you're 4, 3, 1, 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Until possibly right now, but we'll see. Put the glass down. Cork pop.
Squeaky.
Dylan forgot there for
I was
a second
trying to think
where
of, like,
his glass
He needs
was.
3 hands. Like that's just the way it has to be.
Yep.
I have no recollection of this whiskey.
Yeah, I don't either. Keep in mind, we're gonna have to try and get our flavor profiles past the fact that this is a lower proof by a lot compared to the C919.
Yes.
So try to give it the benefit of the doubt in that scenario.
The other thing we should probably mention is the fact that when we went from the B520 to the C919, and then we went back to the B520.
That could have also have affected our
But obviously, there's not much you can do about that.
At the same time, though, a back-to-back enjoyment should be
Right.
pretty clear cut.
Yeah.
Like,
This one smells normal again. Not so hot.
Ooh, the nose on this
smells
very,
a little.
Very more floral
Yeah.
and sweet.
I was gonna say floral and a little vinegary.
Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe it might just be spiciness.
Tangy.
Yeah, tang. This what you said about we didn't do songs for B520 or
We've only done it, I think, for one.
really
I feel like the C919 deserves it out of most, right?
the song.
Or yeah, some sort of music.
C91. That one is Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
It just comes out fast and hot, and it stays there.
Okay.
I feel like it'd be no.
I'm gonna say Cherry Pie by Warrant.
Interesting.
C919. Because I mean that beginning. Built in city. Boom, 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 boom. Do do do.
Yeah, there's not really a bad comparison.
So
I feel like.
the drum fill there is your heart racing after
Yeah.
realizing it's being attacked.
That's my mouth being on fire.
No,
And then,
the C919 is what's the song? Because it's hot in the middle, right? So it's got a little bit of buildup.
yeah.
It's what's the MTV?
Music television.
That's gonna really bother me. Money for nothing.
Oh, I want.
It's that build up.
Gotcha.
And it comes with the
the
drum,
drum.
solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. That's what I would say.
Okay. And B520. What was that one?
That was the build up, right? So it was just
Yeah.
it got more insane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was
I'm gonna say that one. That one's like he said jazz for the first one. I'm gonna say that's like a snarky puppy song. Definitely a snarky.
I'm not aware of them.
Yeah, that's
Little-
that's a lingus right
I
there.
was just gonna say, it's a little
B520
lingus
is lingus by Snarky Puppy.
It's so complex
Uh-huh.
that you're dumbfounded.
Yeah, you're just like, you're like, maybe I don't know what music is. I guess I don't know what bourbon tastes like.
Yeah,
What flavor would you associate with Corey Henry's keyboard playing?
Keyboard solo. Yeah, my flavor is confusion.
I don't know. Maybe it's like Eruption by Led Zeppelin
Eruption is Van Halen.
or Van Halen.
Yeah. Just instrumental,
Metal band.
mind-boggling
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
solo.
that's yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's something that just builds up. So maybe it's like a really rocky jazz that just gets more and more instruments the later it goes on towards the end. Because I mean, that's what it does.
Zach,
It
what was
just-
the one you
just
said
gets
was
more and more.
mountainous, up and down, up and down?
The B520.
The
wasn't it?
B520.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's Cup Stacker by Wolfpack.
Cup stacker. Yeah.
Because the way that they build
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
descend,
Uh-huh.
build and descend.
But that was his flavor notes. That wasn't his tasting experience.
Uh-huh.
That was like if he wrote it out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm sticking with lingus.
Okay,
Lingus
okay,
does the
okay,
same
okay,
thing. It
okay.
does, I mean, it's supposed to flow, but it doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, I'm sorry.
Maybe we should drink this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't given any notes.
No, we did.
Do we?
We said it
Yeah.
was vinegary. It says floral and
Oh.
sweet. Sweet floral. I said vinegar.
Cherry. Hey. It must be the alcohol difference.
It's less intense, but it's
Super cherry,
very sweet.
but vinegary.
Sweet and
I
sour.
like this a lot.
Yeah, this one's quite good.
Like, really good. I don't want to go back to the B520 again.
I don't think we need to.
Yeah, we just did it.
I'm wondering, what's the proof difference? I said 122.
This, yep. Yep. 122.
So it's 61.
61.12, I think.
Man, that's such a big difference. That's, 7%.
Going to this, it doesn't even need water, in my opinion. It just brings it back down to a level that I enjoy.
This is tough because I feel like the rating now is so skewed heavily.
I'd add water, you guys.
Really?
Yeah, this is splendid.
Splendid. So far away.
It was very nice.
It just pumps. It tastes like a rose, dude.
I don't like rose though.
Oh, okay. Well, just
No water.
just think of a floral. Whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't like floral.
Whatever you attribute with floral, this is what water does. That to
Flowers.
this. Oh, what? I'm thinking like cabbages and stuff.
Cabbages. Classic flower cabbage.
Iceberg lettuce.
Yep. It smells crunchy.
Oh, I love that floral coleslaw.
I don't know. I think the 7% difference in alcohol is
For
what is
me, it's
making it.
huge.
Yeah, but I think that's what's making it so rich and
Yeah.
like just creamy.
This
Yeah,
is
creamy. Yeah.
This is my second favorite.
Yeah, I'm having a toughie. This is
I'm already it
I'm
goes.
getting lost between this and B520 now.
that's what I mean. That's why I said I don't want to have to go back because we shouldn't have to.
It goes 3, 5, 4, 1, 2. That's my definitive ranking.
Okay. Yep.
520 being my favorite.
Yep. I'm surprised you like 4. Wait. Yeah. Wait.
With the water.
Yeah. I'm surprised you like the C919 more than either of this year's selections.
I just do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tough.
I think the B520 is better than this one, just by a hair. I like that this is vinegary.
This is
I like that this is floral, but
this
it's
is fighting
not
for number one for me.
really.
Dang, yeah.
Wow.
But right now, I think I'm attributing it. I think it's just because of the alcohol difference.
It's just
I-
more tolerable.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's on its own could stand up. Mm-hmm. I think it's the way that we did it
Sure.
makes this seem better marginally. But
Do you want to have the B520 again? I don't need to.
I don't
If you
think
want it.
I'm actually thinking that maybe. I think I need. You know what? I think I need to try the first one again. Because I think we thought that was actually.
An interesting.
I
too
right now
low at
I'm
the
thinking
time.
if the first one and this are more similar,
Okay.
right?
Oh, okay. I see what you're getting at.
Because I think the body. I remember the first one, the body being decent on that.
Yep.
But now I'm kind of
Isn't that weird how you can like find something good and something else, go back to the original and be like, it tastes better than the first time?
yeah.
That just, it doesn't make sense, but it's how it works. Let's do it.
Cardi, you want some?
I have found a wonderful website. Very insightful. It's called Anime Waifus.
I see.
Yeah, I'll have a little bit.
So this is back to the B521.
What does the 5? Is it the month?
Yeah, I believe so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like it's always been A1, B5, C9, but it doesn't have to be, you know, like there could in theory be a C10 or a C8 or an A2. They
And
just
obviously
haven't.
the last 2 digits are the year.
Yeah. It's just they haven't
Sure.
had to do that
Okay.
yet. So A is just the letters is the release. In fact, it could be a A1, B2 if they wanted to do it.
2 letters?
No.
You said A1,
Yeah.
B2.
Yeah,
I meant it could be an A1 20 followed by a B2 20.
Yeah.
In theory. But they won't. you
Gotcha.
know.
Right.
So the ABC is just the order in which it is that year. The next digit's the month. The next 2 digits are the year.
Got it.
The nose is pretty hot
It is brighter.
compared to the B519.
Yeah, the B series has had quite the
Man, that one's
difference.
good too.
That's what I mean. The body is similar.
Mhm.
This
It's-
kind of narrows it in. I think it gives it a better proportion
Yeah.
of
I mean,
where the
you're
other
right.
ones-
The body is similar. This is not. It's
No.
not even close.
No,
in my
it's
opinion.
But it's still darn good.
It is. It's really good. Yeah, it's just man. It needs more sweetness. Honestly, like if it was just more sugary, we'd probably think it was closer.
I think it's a different kind of sugar. Because I think it's sweet still, but it's sweet in a different way. It's like either a brown sugar or
That's what I was
maple
thinking.
instead of cane sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. It just needs to be sweeter. It just has to be the B519.
I think this.
I also think it's woodier.
Yeah. But I like this because I think this was better than going back to the B520. 'Cause I think this gave a better window of where the B519 is as far as on this comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, music comparison between the
Wait,
B5
so we get to the last one.
19.
Boy.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say that's Isn't She Lovely? Stevie Wonder. Because, like, you're like, wasn't that lovely? After the C919? That was like a reprieve. That was like,
Yeah.
it was something that you felt at home because you didn't have to endure such pain and heat. You're like, ah, man, this is a lot nicer.
It's like, yeah, it's, you know, I think we understated the intensity of C919.
It's because we're only building up at that point.
Was that the one
that's definitely the most intense one, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, we didn't, yeah, we undersold it because we were building up to that point.
Yep. So that one was definitely metal. It was a metal song that just went hard.
So that was...
And then it was like, you've listened, you don't
that
like metal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's
That
just-
was full
it's
on
a System
down
of a
with the
Down.
sickness. And then
Except for
For s-
that weird middle part. It's
Yeah.
the radio edit version.
and then you go down to a nice, just soft song that doesn't have rage in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. I agree with Zach.
I actually really like the comparison for the C919 for Down with the Sickness.
Yeah.
Because it's got that weird... Because the C919 had it got really spicy in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then that song has a really weird part where he starts talking about his mom and
It
stuff.
gets spicy in the middle.
So yeah. Yeah, it's a perfect fit. It's just like, oh, how did we get here? Oh, man.
Cool. All right, let's do some final. So we've had all 5. Went back on 2 of them
Yep.
to double check. Who wants to go first?
All right, my final ranking.
And do the names.
Yeah,
not
do the
not
names
numbers.
Excuse me.
Best to worst.
All right. Goes B520. Then B919.
B
Really?
B5
I'm sorry,
B519.
B519. Yeah, I can't read from this distance. Then C919.
Yep.
Then wait, what was?
B521.
Yeah. Then B521, and then my least favorite A121.
Okay.
That's how I'm ranking
So
them
B520 is number 1.
for me.
Yep. Okay. I guess I'll go next. C919, B520, B519, A121, B521.
Interesting.
Because yeah, that
Interesting.
just the first one is missing. Somehow we said it was complex. It just doesn't nail anything down. It's just vaguely woody, and it has the body of the nice B519, but none of the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in general lacking in comparison.
I would say C919,
Do it.
B520, B519, B521,
A12.
and then least is the A121.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, no, hold on, Carter.
It's good. It's not great. It's just the flavors are kind of underwhelming a little bit. And beat me into the house.
Dill and I are too similar.
I shared more. He and I only swapped one.
No, we only swapped one. You said your B520 was number 1.
Yeah, that was
You
the one
said-
he and I swapped.
Yeah, but then you said
You said you liked
actually he's right because it was only the number 1 that you changed.
1 and 2
for
for
us
us
it was
swap.
only number 5.
Yeah.
So it's all the same.
Yeah, we're actually pretty similar. We're all the same from each other.
We're all the same from each other in different ways.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that?
So the conclusion,
is send us the remaining ones that we're missing,
That we're missing.
the other 10-ish.
and we will do it again.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, of course.
I think the B519 was a pleasant surprise. I've never had that, and that was spectacular. I was super joyful that we got to try that because that was.
I suppose it's not like we can recommend because most of these are unavailable.
The only one we can recommend is the newest one.
Yeah.
which
And
is good.
But even then, Minnesota's always behind other states as far as releases. So by the time this goes up, we honestly could be at the next release.
Yeah, C921.
Or they might not even, at minimum, they might not even be able to get the B521.
Yeah.
So if you don't have them, sucks to suck.
Yeah, essentially.
Here's what you missed.
Yeah.
Was our best descriptor.
Essentially, that's what we did. Is the ones, if you didn't pick up a C919 or a B520,
Too bad.
then you should have got it. But
Yeah.
that's kind of the...
I think it suffices to say you should not be discouraged from picking up these because these are still a great deal. And
Yeah, that's a
it's-
better...
It's
tip.
60 to $70 for any of these bottles as they come out.
Yeah.
And so far they're all buys. All of them are
Yep.
you buy that
Yeah.
if you see it. And it's not I foresee until we get Dylan was talking about that 11-year age drop.
Which comes out. Do we know which one that's supposed to be?
That would be C,
C919.
the C series.
C921.
Yep. C9 or sorry, yeah, C.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
C921. So
I'm just speaking
this-
numbers and letters that
yeah, right.
it's the Z7 Delta variant.
Okay, so potentially the last of the 12-year for some unknown length of time.
Yep.
Potentially.
Yeah.
A rumor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just don't be afraid to pick one up.
Yeah.
It will 95% chance be good enough to justify the cost.
Yeah.
We're still gonna. Yeah, I'm sure we'll still buy the C.
Yeah. We'll tell you when to stop.
921.
Well, because we're gonna keep buying them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And when we get one that's not worth $70, we're gonna be like, stop it.
Yep.
Stop it right now.
This is where I
Halt.
draw the line.
Heaven Hill, go back.
You failed.
Shall not pass.
Excellent.
Yeah, once again, leave us a comment, email.
Do you
Whiskey
guys?
House, Pub
yeah.
House.
You guys? Anyone out there that has any or some or all of these?
Yeah, tell us how you would rate them.
Yeah. And if
Give us
there's
samples.
one that we didn't have, yeah, right. We're
Thought-
curious to see what other people think.
But I should take a picture probably before. Should I take a picture now? Because
Sure.
I'll definitely forget
Picture for
Yep.
the Insta. Our Instagram.
Alex, you're gonna be in it.
I don't have to take a picture of his face if he doesn't want it.
He obviously wants it.
Where's my... Gotta make sure it's squarish.
squarish.
There's this cool thing where you can take a picture in the Instagram app,
Bam.
and it's already.
You want me to
square.
turn the bottles toward you?
Oh, yeah, if you want. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
If
Hold
you
on.
want.
Oh, no, I captured a picture of the empty chair.
Yep. It is kind of cool. I mean, the audience will be blinded. Whoever's seeing that picture,
Well, they're in order.
but they don't know that.
All right. So yeah, thanks for joining us, listening to this episode. Download it. Give us a 5-star on iTunes. Comment, subscribe.
Email an email with 5-star emojis.
Before we leave, could you imagine? You remember how iTunes used to do you could listen to 30 seconds of a song before you
Yeah.
buy it? What would be the 30 seconds that they
It'd
would
be
get to
all
listen?
silence for us when we're talking.
You know what
Carter.
it would be?
Oh yeah.
Nut. Stacy, you're crazy.
I'm a big buffalo boy.
I'm ending the episode there.
Yeah.
Sweet.